I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed. I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I went wrong. I can write a song. I belong to you, you belong to me, my sweet home. I belong to you, you belong to me, my sweet home.
Oh, got him! Oh, baby! What a take. Oh yeah. Swing that dry hard. You gotta wait though. That fish takes down that dry. You gotta give it time to take it all the way under. Nice buck. Just aggressive.
How long has that fish been buzzing around here looking at this route? This route, 5 years? Oh, really? Yeah. They're pushing pretty hard, eh? Yeah. You see all the media and all the commercials, like, holy man, they just don't give up. They don't. But you gotta push back. That's all. No, and I'll just keep going that cruise here. If you guys see something you want to look at or film, you just let me know.
Well, I think I first came to the Bulkley Valley about 17 years ago, and it was for whitewater rafting was the thing that drew me to the area. All the beautiful, pristine rivers, the amazing rapids, and we used to do 12-day expedition rafting trips. And first taste of any of the rivers and the fishing I had was on one of those trips on the Upper Skeena. But I think I started hearing about Steelhead as I kept visiting the area for rafting, and I started to think to myself, wow, wouldn't it be great to work in that industry? And as I heard more and more about it, I realized that this was probably the best steelhead fishery in the world here on the Bulkley. My thought is, why don't we leave one area on the west coast of North America that doesn't have the potential to have the major ecosystem destroyed by an oil spill. So I really hope that that Enbridge's plans are stopped on environmental reasons and cultural reasons, and this is part of why I love being on the Bulkley River.
Yeah, I've fished all over Chile, Patagonia, and Argentina, and worked at many lodges right down in Tierra del Fuego. I've been in Alaska for 12 years. But when you come to the Bulkley Valley and you fish the Bulkley or the Skeena system, it's something different. It's one of the most beautiful and scenic valleys that I've ever seen traveling the world. And the fish here are the most exciting and the strongest fish I've ever come across. It's the last stronghold of wild steelhead in the world. 20, 30 years from now, when my son's old enough to fish, I want him to be able to experience the river the way I did. And with the threats that are constantly on the Bulkley and the Skeena, the whole system, it could easily be taken from us. When I think of the possibility that my son won't get to see this pristine environment, it makes me really sad. And it should make everybody sad.
Yeah, so I'll walk Bill down a little bit, and then you can start right behind the boat.
When you come up in these kind of places and you see the wilderness and how these fish have survived the millennia to be here, and see how other people react to coming to them and how wonderful it is, you know why you're here, but at the same time, you also know why you do whatever you can to protect it.
Unbelievable, John.
Action.
I go 3,000 miles for this any day of the week. That's a beautiful, beautiful fighting fish. Absolutely gorgeous.
Even though you're in pristine areas like this that have already seen enough industrial use in mining and logging, you know, there's always a new threat on the horizon. And in the case of the Maurice, of course, it's a pipeline. A big oil wants to run a big pipeline to run oil sands oil to the coast and tanker it all to China. And, you know, I'm not an anti-progress guy, but you got to ask yourself some pretty big questions about the effects of a pipeline problem, spill, getting wiped out by a landslide, you name it, you know, in this environment. I mean, this is water, and oil and water don't mix.
I just can't imagine an oil spill, and which is going to happen. And another thing is, I mean, the Kitimat Channel is 90, 100 miles out, and to have big oil tankers come in there, there's going to be problems. I can't see them getting away from not having problems. And over the years, to have something spill and spoil these rivers, and all the ocean fishing, all that other fishing that's going on, I mean, I just...
Community right now is more likely worried about our rivers. Like what are we going to see in the future for our rivers, for our children and our grandchildren? You know, like, what are we going to teach them? You know, like, are we going to start showing them papers and, you know, videos? You know, this is how it was back in the day. Because to be honest with you, the community lives off the water. We need it, eh? I mean, there's a continent of people, First Nations and non-First Nations, that live around here. And this is their life right here, the water.
Everything flows downhill, and downhill from here is the Bulkley, the Skeena, the Pacific Ocean. And if you've got a spill in a river, it's permanent. And there's no cleaning it up. I mean, they're still cleaning up Prince William Sound from the Exxon Valdez. They're still cleaning up the Kalamazoo River in Michigan, you know, $800 million later, and they're still cleaning up. This is the type of oil that doesn't clean up. It sinks to the bottom. You know, you can't put booms across the river here, and how are you going to clean these log jams? And every one of these log jams holds tens of thousands of juvenile fish that eventually are going to go to the ocean and come back as adult salmon and steelhead. If something bad happens, insurance it all you want, but, you know, insurance is not going to, you know, put the fish back in the river and make this environment look like it does now.
This here land provided my family and my ancestors for years, and I'm not going to give it up for an oil job, even though it pays me $45 to $80 an hour. This will be here forever, but the money won't. That's how I see it, yeah?
Yeah, an oil pipeline is not what we need, I'm sure.
You know, what's the answer? Well, I don't have the easy answer, but I certainly know what people who come up here regularly see and enjoy, and I know that they all tend to agree that, you know, we don't want to lose it.